Hey there.
Hi.
Today, we will discuss the witchcraft history. One prominent figure in English witchcraft history was Matthew Hopkins, Witchfinder General. In March 1644, Hopkins overheard several women discussing communications with the devil. This was the start of his career as self-appointed Witchfinder General, which ended in 1647.
During his short career, Hopkins was responsible for the execution of nearly 300 women and was well paid for his work. One of the methods he used on the accused women included sleep deprivation, which led to them being coerced into confessing. He also used pins and needles to prick their arms, and if they did not bleed, they were accused of being witches. Another method used was tying the women to chairs and submerging them in water to see if they floated. If they did, they were found guilty.
The witchcraft laws in England were repealed in 1951. A writer, Gerald Gardner, began to hear from witches across Europe after telling their story. He was surprised to hear that there were so many covens still practicing the craft, yet they did not wish to come out in the open as they were concerned that persecution could reemerge. Gardner rewrote the Book of Shadows, a book containing spells and rituals, written by witches who met in the shadows due to fear of persecution.
Gardner's Book of Shadows contained his own spells and rituals and led to a form of witchcraft known as Gardnerian witchcraft. There are many variations of witchcraft today, too many to mention. Witches today have their own Book of Shadows, similar to a journal, where they record spells, recipes and rituals. Traditionally, a witch's Book of Shadows would be destroyed upon death, so there was no evidence of them ever having been a witch. This is no longer the case today.
Witchcraft has become hugely popular and widespread. For anyone interested in learning about witchcraft or Wicca, there are many books available on the subject and groups on social media where like-minded people can come together, share their experiences, learn from one another, and celebrate old traditions. Some witches belong to a coven, others are solitary witches. Unfortunately, prejudice still exists, with a minority still believing that witches are Satanists and involved in evil practices. The media has had both a negative and positive influence.
Modern television programs and films have come away from using the stereotype evil witches shown in Disney films and older women with warts and pointy shins flying around on broomsticks. Newspapers and other sources of media occasionally produce scare stories and misinformation. However, there are many positive and factual articles online and in magazines written by witches that dispel the myths and misinformation being spread.
Thank you for having with me today.
I hope you've learned things.
That's all for today. Bye.